I'm going to show you how to make a super easy poster size image. So first, you're going to take your image and save it as a JPEG. This is very important. Then, after it's downloaded, you'll go to rasterbaiter.net and you will create your poster. You will then upload your image. And then after you've clicked it, you can press upload and you will see the image. Now, I only wanted mine 2 sheets wide, but you can make yours however you want. You'll press continue, no effects, continue, leave all of the presets the way that they are, and then complete. Then it will begin downloading. And as you can see, the image is split into different pages. So now that once you've printed the image, you'll have what you see here, and it looks kind of like a puzzle. So what you'll do then is you'll just begin cutting some of the edges, but you want to leave some edges there. That's so you can glue it and kind of overlap it where it will just, merge together seamlessly. And so I would definitely suggest taking 1 page at a time so you can know which edges that you will need to cut. So I would definitely say don't cut all of the edges. Kind of just hold off on that and then just do each page at a time. So now all I had to do was just cut out the image, and I kind of leave a little extra around just so I can go back and clean up the edges later. Look how cute she is, and I was able to put her on my bulletin board. Super cute. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Let me show you guys how I made this out of just a poster board. I plan on using this for one of my back to school bulletin boards. I will also end up laminating this so it can last a little bit longer. I will say this was a trial and error, I'm not gonna lie. I printed everything out and I made everything in Canva. I think it came out super cute. This is actually really fun to make. What do you guys think? I'm so excited to put my whole bulletin board together. Let's put up my first bulletin board of the year. For the background, I used a twin-sized bed sheet. I got it from Walmart. It wasn't too expensive at all. I put up this border that I made. I love this border. If you guys want to know how to make it, I can make a video for you guys. I was so tired this day, guys. I had professional development all day long, but I need to get my classroom set up for Meet the Teacher. So your girl had to make some sacrifices, okay? The quote says, we're going to have a colorful year, and I put my crown box on it, and I'm also attaching a bunch of crowns that I made that I put Velcro dots on. Then I'm going to put my students' names on it. What do you guys think?
Today we're going to be answering the one question we get asked every time we post one of our bulletin boards. What are you using for the background? By now you can tell it's probably not paper. We actually don't prefer to use paper for the background of our bulletin boards because sometimes it looks wrinkly and oftentimes it'll fade. We have the perfect material that fits our 8-foot by 4-foot boards. So you might be guessing that we are using some type of fabric. You're right, but it is not the fabric that you buy by the yard at a store. What we love to use on the background of our bulletin boards are bed sheets. Yes, you heard us right. Twin flat bed sheets from Walmart are the best priced and give us the best results. You're welcome for the hack.
Okay, so I'm going to create a bulletin board on a wall that has no bulletin board. The first thing I need is 2 foam boards. I got these at the Dollar Tree. Next, I got these from Walmart. They were $2.50, and the bulletin board's going to go here. So the first thing I did was just tape the 2 foam pieces together. Then I put my little sticky things on the back. Next, I lined up where I wanted to put the board, and I just put it on the wall. Finally, I just put my bulletin board paper as usual and hung up my pieces. So here is my $5 bulletin board. Follow for more teaching tips and freebies.
Come with me to set up my back to school bulletin board. Here's the canvas I was working with. You can see why I wanted to get it covered up ASAP. I used my trusty yardstick to measure out exactly how much better than paper I would need. The stapler lays completely flat and is really sturdy, very important as a teacher. Normally I use fabric on my bulletin boards, but I really like this writing paper print, so I went with that and used my X-Acto knife to trim off the edges. For this first border, it was easy for me to staple it up there, but for my second border, I actually used teacher's tape because the outside edge of this bulletin board is not stapleable, which it's not even a word, but you know what I mean. And I've actually had a lot of success with teacher tape in the past, so I went with that, and I think it'll be just fine. Up next, I put up my welcome banner and made sure that it was centered and evenly spaced out. Then came the fun stuff. I printed off these giant peace signs and enlarged 2 just by using the poster setting on my printer. And then I got to put up all the fun stuff around the outside. And I actually really like how my bulletin board turned out. So if you are in need of a back to school bulletin board, I've got you. I have it in pastel rainbow and also in neutral colors as well.
Hey educators! Today I'm going to show you guys how I did a moderately easy bulletin board in our school cafeteria. I'm guessing this board is about 12 feet high, and so I chose to do a Lego themed board. I just figured that with the board being that high, I needed something simple yet something that could take up a whole lot of space. And so I just put on poster board in various sizes, added it on there, and over on the side, I'm building my little Emmett Lego man. And so I just took some butcher paper and some cardboard boxes and just kind of pieced it together as close as possible to the little Lego guy. To attach him to the wall, I just took my hot glue gun and placed him up there. Now, if you've seen the movie, then you may recognize the song, which is Everything is Awesome. I really wanted my letters to be nice and neat and colorful, and so I went to my Cricut Air Explorer 2 machine and I just typed those words in there and let the machine do its job, and these are our results. Everything is awesome when you work as a team.
Hey guys, so last year we had a hard time keeping up with our hallway bulletin board, and this was an easy solution that we came up with. So each one of my teammates is going to send me 1 to 2 pictures for the month, and then they're going to go right under each of the months. This is a way to see everything that we've been doing throughout the school year. Keeping it simple.
It's Teacher Tip Tuesday, and this beautiful bulletin board has been blank for far too long. The background is the Better Than Paper bulletin board paper. I love it because it's nice and thick. It's more of a vinyl, so if you do staple into it, you don't see the marks. It lasts a really long time. It is one of my favorites if I'm going to use any kind of Cricut vinyl, because as you can see, it sticks really well and it just looks really nice and clean. So I decided for this board that it was going to be my race strategy, which is a reading strategy. And I go back to this a lot during the year, so I thought that it would be great to just go ahead and put it up on a board instead of having like an anchor chart or posters. I wanted it to be nice and colorful, but I wanted the kids to still be able to read it, so I tried to use a font that was kid friendly, and I used the black and the white for the font as well so that it was easy to read. I love how it turned out, and it's gonna hopefully stay up all year.
Here's an easy way to create an interactive reading bulletin board. Print out covers of books that are available in your classroom library, add some QR codes that give information about that book, kind of like a menu, and then make those books available in a bin next to your bulletin board.